Hello, everyone. How are you doing today? Today is another great day that we will be discussing something that makes sense for everybody. All right, so I want to welcome everyone to this meeting. Thank you for joining. Thank you for joining. Thank you for joining. I see a lot of people on the meeting already. Thank you for joining. You all are all welcome, okay? And I see that people are joining us from different locations, different places. I would like to just read out some of the places. We have some people from the US. We have some people from we have some people from the UK. We have some people from okay, let's see. I have so many names on the comment section. We have Nigeria. We have Abuja, Nigeria. We have Asaba. We have Enugu. We have Ghana. We have UAE. We have Lagos. We have Nigeria. We have Enugu. We have USA. We have people from Kwara, Nigeria, and so many people. Yeah, we have someone from Ireland. You all are all welcome today. So now I think I can see our guest. I'm just going to spotlight our guest for everyone, and then we'll go right into the meeting. Okay, I'm not going to waste anybody's time, but before we do that, I'm just going to give a brief introduction. First of all, my apologies. We skipped 2 weeks in our meeting. So we normally have this Fridays meeting when we bring everybody together, and then we kind of, try to encourage those that are still on the process, those that have their embassy dates, those that are coming to the US, those that have bought their ticket. We try to let you know what is up, try to let you know what to do when you get here, all the necessary things that you need to know, we bring it to your notice. And we entered into a series. We called it the Clinical and Cultural Adaptation to the United States. And we've been having so many guests from different spheres of life and influence. And they've been coming here to give us a lot of information that we need, if you want to work in different specialties in nursing. Now, coming to the US is a very big cultural shock and also a clinical shock. But something I forgot is that it's also a financial shock, and you need to be prepared for it. A lot of people are not prepared for how they are going to, fend for themselves financially because they believe that coming to the US, you're already going to be rich, in quote. But when you get here, there's a lot. I know some people who are in the US can attest to the fact that, sometimes immediately you come to the US, one thing you're going to feel is that it is overrated. Like the way that people say when you come to the US, you can always pluck money from the back of your house is not true. And that you get money easily is not also true because there's going to be a lot of things that will be waiting on the door to take that money away from you, especially if you live a very high, flamboyant life. You would find so many things to spend money on. All right. So we're going to talk about, the financial aspect of that culture. That culture. Let me just put the finances on culture, because it's a part of the cultural shock that people always experience when they come to the US. And with us here today, we have someone that wears many hats. She's a registered nurse just like us. She's a nurse practitioner. She has, traversed many spheres of nursing, degrees and leadership. She's currently not doing nursing anymore, doing something entirely different, but she is well versed in financial literacy programs and education. So she's here today to give us very knowledgeable information about how we can best protect ourselves when we come to the US financially, how we can invest in the future of our children, all the things that I listed on that program. She's the perfect person to talk to give us information about them. All right, so I want to welcome you, Mrs. Ngozi Mba. Mrs. Ngozi Mba, you're welcome to the program. I've asked you to unmute. I think you should see something pop up. Yes, thank you so much.
Mhm.
How are you doing
Mhm.
today?
I'm doing great. Thank you for having me.
How is the state of
Thank
Texas?
you.
You guys are
Yes.
shining. Come on. I don't know what's happening. I need to relocate to Texas. No. I love my Virginia. No, 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 no,
I
no.
know the people in Virginia will not like that. They will come and
No,
fight us.
no, I already found my community in Virginia. I have my perfect place where I find peace. But I see you guys are always shining in Texas. I like that, man. I'm not advertising for Texas, but we're happy where we are. We know why. Those that
Yes.
come here, they know why. Okay, ma. So
Exactly.
there I will just ask you, some little brief background and questions. Then I will let you ride into your prepared speech for us. And if you want to share something for us, maybe if you have a PowerPoint, I would give you the access to share. Okay. So first of
Okay.
all, I know that you're first a mother, and then you are also a wife, and then you're also
Mhm.
a registered nurse, which is something that a lot of people right here can relate with. Most of the people that we have on this program, they are people who are currently on their way to either get their US embassy interview dates, or people who are already gotten their visas but waiting for a time for them to come here, or some people who are
Mhm.
already in this country on different types of visas like the TN visa,
Mhm.
sorry, TN visa, student visa, all those kind of visas that people get. So, and majority of them would need to be financially educated so that when they come here, they become well knowledgeable in how to, invest their money and how to spend their money. So before we
Mhm.
get there, let me just ask you just a few background questions. Can you give us a little bit of background story about your nursing career, just like a brief introduction,
Mhm.
but still centered on nursing
Mhm.
and, clinical practice?
Okay. Thank you so much, Mr. Decency, for this opportunity. I'm really privileged to be in your midst. I want to acknowledge everyone here. Thank you for coming and for me being able to talk to you this, some people is night, for some of us is day in Houston, Texas. So, like you said, I have a background in nursing. I loved nursing. I did that for 8 years before I did this. But originally, I came from Nigeria, like most of you are here, Nigerians. And when I came here, I came to join my husband, who was already here in the United States. And then when I came in, you know how it is. Coming in, you have a family. You want to start planning family when you come to join a husband. So we are blessed with 3 sons, and we eventually adopted a baby girl back in Nigeria. So
I didn't know that.
yes,
That's
yes, we
nice. That's
did.
nice.
Yes. So now I came in and I was looking for something that would balance life, job, and then balance work also, because my husband has a very busy career too. So in doing all that, somebody told me about teaching. I tried to do teaching, but when I decided to do teaching, teaching wasn't it, because there's so much to do with teaching. Then I was introduced to do nursing as a career that will give me flexibility. You work however you want to work. So I did. I went in and did the fast track BSM program, where you do that in 1 year. So after I did that, I was privileged to work in the same hospital where I was a patient when I was pregnant with my twins. I have twins. Those are my first kids, twins. And I was able to give back. It was really fulfilling giving back. But honestly, nursing in this country is really tough. And everywhere in the world, nursing is is a career you have to be so passionate about, because we see a lot as nurses. And then looking at all that, I just wanted something that would balance that family time and work time. So many nurses have to do overtime, even to make that money. I'm telling you, without overtime, there's no extra money. So you're going to be working, working, working. So I was looking for an exit plan. So when this opportunity found me, I had to get licensed to be able to do a financial, be licensed as a financial professional. And I saw that, I mean, we are in healthcare caring for people, but we also need to be in wealth care, caring for that money we work so hard to make. Because when you come in here in the United States, you want to make a lot of money. We are very ambitious people. But what happens to that money? Are you putting that money in a portfolio where it will be protected? Are you putting that money in a portfolio where it's going to be there for you when you need it? So it's going to be a financial shock, honestly, just like Mr. Decency said, when you come in to work so hard for that money. And at the end of the day, taxes. Are you putting that money in a portfolio where you are going to be able to not give so much taxes? It's not going to be taken from that money. And it's going to be there for you when you need it. So I saw this as an opportunity that, I mean, is the best thing I've done for myself and my family. So that's how I now transition from nursing. Now it's giving me a lot of peace of mind. It's giving me a lot of family time. I can work from home. I can work from any part of the world. this is really awesome. I mean, I don't regret leaving nursing. Nursing is a good career, don't get me wrong. But with the kind of peace I have here, I'm really happy for what I'm doing. Thank you for giving me that opportunity to share my experience.
Wow, wow, wow. I know you guys can smell that it's going to be great today. With all this that has been poured out already, you know that you know where it's coming from. There is more, you know. So there's been a lot of things that she touched on, you know, when she was explaining and giving us some information and background of herself. And some of them are so touching because, you know, women, you guys wear a lot of hat, and respect to all women on this show because you know
Mhm.
when I look at you know what you guys do, I you know you have to take care of the family. In the olden days, I was discussing with someone, in the olden days when men would go out and make all the money, come back, or go to the farm, do all the job and come back. But now
Mhm.
women are going out, you know, making the money. Men are going out making the money, and some people balancing those things, it becomes a problem. That's why from what she was explaining, I see that she was just looking for a suitable career or just a career path that would help her to be able to pay more attention to the family fund and also at the same time have more time to make a lot of money and then as well at the same time invest the money that she's making. But we're going to be digging deep into it. Before we dig deep into it, let me just do an introduction of where we're going next after our clinical and cultural adaptation. So because of the nature of this program we are doing today, consider it one of the first one, but you will have several other programs centered on financial literacy programs that we're going to be organizing because we want everybody to know about this. But in the area of insurance, there's a lot of things that you have to get an insurance for when you come to the US. That's why I'm telling you guys, it's not as you think. Like when you come to the US, you have to get health insurance, you have to get car insurance, you have to get home insurance, renters insurance, you have to get flood insurance, you have to get there's a lot of insurance in the US, and we'll be taking time to discuss many of these insurance so that you know which one to choose, which package, what is best for you. Because I've seen people who, because the insurance fee and the premiums are so much, they went and chose a lesser insurance premium. And when they became sick, they go to the hospital, they tell them, oh, this is not covered, this is not covered, this is not covered. And you are like, why am I even paying for the insurance when insurance cannot even pay? Even a lot of people buy things. If you buy things from the mall, they'll ask you to get an insurance for it. Things as simple as even your telephone. Your phone, sometimes they have insurance. Your wristwatches, your electronic gadgets in the house, even your furnitures in the US has insurance. So we're going to be talking about that. But today we're going to be centering on one of the very, very important one, which is life insurance. I will give Mrs. Ngozimba the opportunity to introduce our topic, you know, do justice to the topic. If you want to share your screen, I believe you should be able to share them now because I think
Okay.
I have a multiple participants can share now. So you should be able to
Okay.
share your screen, go into the life insurance segment, and then later on we would have maybe another guest that will come to give us more insight about other kind of insurance. But this is one of the insurance that you have to know about. Okay, and then we'll also talk about how to invest for children and how to all the things we listed on the flyer. We're going to be touching on all of that, all of them. All right, so I hope everybody is listening. I hope you got value from my introduction. If you know you got value from the introduction that our guest gave us today, please kindly type value on the comment section. Can I see you type value on the comment section? Can I see value on the comment section? I'm waiting. Am I seeing value? How many values do I have? Just one. No, I need more values. Yeah, okay. It was my
Mhm.
network. My network was swallowing all of them. All right. Thank you,
Mhm.
Rams. Thank you, Ilefe and Anyanwu. Thank you so much, J Black. Thank you, Ifoma. Thank you. There's a lot of people. I can't even mention all your names. Thank you for that. Thank you for following through. And now I'm going to give the opportunity to Ms. Ngozi to continue with the
Mhm.
program. Thank you. Can you share
Mhm.
your screen now? Okay, good.
Yes,
I
yes.
think we
You're able
we
to
are
see my
seeing.
screen, right?
Yes,
Mhm.
yeah, we're able to see it
Okay.
now. Yeah.
Okay.
All right, over to you, ma.
All right. Thank
Please,
you.
please
Well,
kindly
this
reserve us
is
a little bit of time at the end for questions. My guests, my people, I like to ask my guests questions at the end.
All right, I'll do that. Thank you.
Okay,
So,
thank you.
well, this is me. Like I said, I'm licensed and I live in the great state of Texas. And I'm licensed to be able to sit in your midst today to give you this information. So, like you all, like most of you, like we're expecting to see you soon, someday here in United States, and some of us that are already here, as we plan to save for the future. This beautiful country called America, we see it as one of the wealthiest country in the world, and that's why everybody is aspiring to come here. If it wasn't, I'm sure we wouldn't be looking forward or we want to come here. We would rather stay back in our beautiful country called Nigeria, regardless of all the ups and downs happening there. But the thing is that a lot of people come here that you're going to find out eventually work so hard that sometimes you don't even get a breathing space. People back home don't even know how hard people over here work. But at the end of the day, people work till they retire. And some people still retire and still have to go back to work because they don't have enough money saved for the future. And we retire, we won't come what we call student loan. Now, understanding how money works is very, very important. I know we're supposed to talk about life insurance, but this is also showing me that there's a need for that because that's what we are going to help us understand how money works. So now, if you want to be interested in your future, I think you should be the one. If you want to think about your future, you should be one interested in planning for it, and it starts today. So I don't know if you guys are seeing the whole of my screen. So now it's your responsibility to understand money, understand how money works, and also understand how this money will work for you. So if you look at my screen, you can see these are the common portfolios, which we call different accounts that we have here in America. So a lot of people will have your checking, savings, and CD is the one they call certificate of deposit. Then 401k will be what they will be introducing to you when you want to get a job here. They are telling you to have a 401k or TSP, all those things. Those are retirement accounts that the employer helps to set up for you so that when you retire, you're going to have money there. But there's a clause to that. Then you see Roth is stocks. So many people might want to do stocks, but you see this thing called life insurance sitting here is one of the portfolios. You see the one that is here called 529 is a college fund that people open for their children, but it has a clause to it also. Then social security benefits, you're going to see that taken out of your paycheck. Every time you start making money here, they're going to take part of your money for social security. That is the money you start getting, just like in our country, we call it like pension. So when they start giving you that social security check, how is it going to be taxed? Depends on where you have your money, on the assets you have. So now, I just want to show you that there are different ways that money grow. Money grow in a fixed account like we have in the banks, and money also grow like your checking and your savings grow in a fixed account and your CDs. And then inflation rate is above 3%. So when you have money in these accounts, the return of interest in these accounts is never above inflation rate. Now you have money in the variable account, just like most of us are nurses. This looks like an EKG machine. So when your money is here, it goes up, it goes down, it goes up, it goes down. Those are where there are people like stock market. And you see that 401k they're going to promise you when you start working for your retirement is in a stock market account. So if you put a lot of your money in this account, most of your money is going to be there and probably is not promised. It's going to be there when you retire. So these accounts are very, very unpredictable. We cannot predict what they're going to do in the future when we need it. So that's where you see even that internal revenue code, this IRC means internal revenue code 529. The account that people are told to open for their children to go to college is also in this variable account. So it's not even guaranteed that it will be there that time your child needs it for college. Now there's this one called, see, all these accounts are variable accounts. Then we talk about index accounts, which is where your money stays in, you have no loss. Whatever you've accumulated will always be locked in, even if the market crashes. Like whatever that happens in this variable account will not affect what happens in the index account, because you only enjoy the upside of the market. And two accounts are here, which is what we call fixed index annuity and life insurance. You see, life insurance is in this portfolio here, where you have what we call index funds. So let's move forward. Rule of 27 says that depending on where you put your money and how much percentage they give back to your money, how many years it's going to take for you to double that money. If you put your money in an account where they'll be giving you only 1% interest, it will take about 72 years for you to double that money you put there. Can you imagine? So but if you put your money in an account where they give you like 12% interest, at least by 6 years, you would have doubled that your money. So now, which account do you want to put your money? Where you're going to have your money doubled faster, or where you're going to take like 72 years to double your money? So now, this great man says we are not taught financial literacy in school. Like you all have gone to the nursing school or any school we have gone to. Probably this kind of information would not have been given to you. But it is the reason why I am licensed to be giving this information to people one-on-one, okay, or in opportunities like this. It takes a lot of work and time to change your thinking and to become financially literate, according to Robert Kiyosaki. So now, this account, what account do you have that grows compound interest? I don't know, you might be wondering what is compound interest. This great man called Albert Einstein says that compound interest is number 8 wonder of the world. If you understand it, you're going to earn it. If you don't, you're going to pay it. And I'm telling you, if you come here, a lot of middle-class people, hardworking Americans are the ones paying compound interest. They're going to offer you a lot of credits, credit card, car notes. You want to buy your first car. But when you're going to be paying back that, you're going to be paying it back with compound interest. But if you know to put your money where you're going to earn compound interest, it's going to be amazing. Let me give you an instance how compound interest works. So simple interest, just like in your bank, they're giving you interest only on what your principal amount is. Let's say, for instance, someone have 100,000. And let's say, Mr. Decency, you have 100,000 and you put it in the bank. And I have 100,000 and I put it in my compound interest account. Let's see how those two accounts perform. So that will now give you opportunity to know where to put your money. Is it in a simple interest account or in a compound interest account? Because compound interest gives you interest both on your principal amount and on your accumulation. So that's why it performs better. So let's see, first year, both of us got back 10,000 because they're giving us 10% interest. So you see the second year, I have 1,000 more. Do you know why? Because the 10% interest was given to me on my initial 100,000 on my 10,000 accumulation. Then now let's fast forward. You see, when you come here, they make you work for 40 years before you retire. So 40 years later, 30 years later, this person has 400,000 and this one is at 1.7 million. And at 40 years later, this one is at 500,000. We are planning to retire. And do you see how much interest? 4.5 million. I have 4 million above. And that's why they say there's America for the informed and America for uninformed. If you're informed, you're going to put your money in an account that will grow like this for you, right? I agree everybody would like their money to grow this way than putting it where you're going to just have it flat. Whatever it was, the principal amount is all that you're going to get money. Who is going to run out of retirement money? This person quickly will run out. And you see people, they retire and they still have to go back to work to be able to feed their bills. But this one is going to have a happy retirement, I guarantee you. But if you look at all those portfolios I showed you, there are only 2 accounts that grows money uninterrupted compound interest like that. And you might be surprised to know that it's only fixed index annuity and life insurance. So you might be wondering, why is life insurance here? I thought life insurance is only for somebody when they die. They pay out to their loved ones. No, life insurance is beyond that. It can grow your money where you can have access to that money while you're alive. And that is an account that can grow your money, just like what example I showed you, where your money is going to be compounded. So now let's move forward. So now there are different tax codes in America. So the variable tax codes are all these ones listed, which I've already showed you before. And there's tax code for the informed, which is the one that they take and their money grew for them index. So now, If you want to grow your money tax-free, what account do you want to put your money? Say you have the right to create your wealth using the most efficient method, and that involves paying zero in taxes. You are under no obligation to pay a dime more in taxes than you are legally allowed to pay. So when you come here in US, you find out that two things are inevitable: debt and taxes. So do you want to put your money in an account where you are going to grow your money at least tax-free, or where you're going to be taxed heavily? You see, the rich people are the ones paying less in taxes, but the middle class people, the hardworking people, are the people that pay more in taxes. And that's why we want you to know about this. So do you rather have your money in an account where you're going to be putting money, they're taxing you now, or where they're going to tax you later, that like your 401k, they want to tax you later? Then you want to put your money in a tax-free account like Roth IRA. They can put your money in a tax account. The money that hasn't been taxed can be put in this, that has been taxed can be put in this account, and you can access that money tax-free, but it's capped. They won't allow you put most of your money here. You see, the Roth IRA can only allow you to put 7,000 in a year if you are less than 50. If you are more than 50, you can't put more than 8,000. Then most of your money, where will you now grow them tax-free? So that's why the rich people use what we call uncapped 7702 account called Index Universal Life to grow their money uncapped and grow their money tax-free. So now let me move forward to, this is just expatiating on what I just explained. So now, if you want your child to go to college without student loan, how do you plan for that? There are two accounts that can send your child to school without student loan. It's called the 529 and then the 7702 account. So let's see how this account does. See, this one is in the variable market, but the 7702 is in the index account. So where would you rather have your money in for your child to go to college? You see, this one is locked. That means you will never lose money that you have put to save for your child's future. But if you have it in the 529 account, that money is not even guaranteed to be there when that child is going to college. Maybe by the time the child is about to go to college, most of the money is lost to the stock market. So now, if you have 529,
yeah.
if your child has this 770 account, they can qualify for anything and use this money here to do anything, not even only for college. Now, so if there's something called probate. You see, when you come in here, probate is something that people learn a hard way. Until it is too late, they don't have anything they can do about it. Probate is that when people pass on in this country, whatever you are owing, with all the things they give you student loan, they give you, people think when they die with their whatever they are owing, but no, you don't. This country makes sure that they freeze every account attached to you when you are gone, so that your hard-earned money is not going to go to your loved ones. They have to settle everybody you are owing, and that is number one cause of GoFundMe in our community. So your medical bills, everything will have to be paid when you die. So if you look at this, there's only two accounts that bypass probate. And that is your index annuity and your life insurance. Now you can agree with me the reason why we have to have this life insurance. You can bypass probate. The money in your life insurance will go straight to your loved ones without going through probate court to settle your debtors. So let me tell you now, the only thing more expensive than education is ignorance, my friends, because that's according to this Benjamin Franklin says, the only thing more expensive than education is ignorance. And I'm glad we know now. And when we know now, we do better than what we know before. And that is actually the reason why Mr. Decency and family invited me to talk to you, so that you'll be more informed, even when you're entering this country, so that you can make the right decision. So now, this one is a very hard egg one. Whenever you ask somebody, how many days forward could you survive if you stop working today? When you come here, you're going to work so hard. Every day you're going to go to work and live your lifestyle because you're able to bring in paycheck. But some people, it's hard to even save money. You see that all the bills, before you can even save and go to the next one, You are looking for the next paycheck to come in. So if you ask many people this question, they will tell you, I don't even know how many days forward I can live if I'm stop working and bringing in paycheck. And they say that the number one cause of poverty is chronic and critical illnesses. We all are in healthcare. So you can imagine how many people are affected by all this sickness. Let's say chronic and critical illness, like stroke. On average of more than 795,000 people on average is diagnosed with stroke every year. How about heart attack? You can see the number on the screen. Cancer, 1.7 million. That is really alarming. So what happens if somebody becomes sick with any of these conditions? You can see the money they saved up in all these accounts is going to go without anything to be there to replace their income. So if they don't have a life insurance with living benefit, oh my goodness, a lot of people have lived from grace to grass because of this. Because you can see your money, all these places is going to go because your sickness, your bills doesn't know that you are sick. Your rent still have to be paid. Your family still have to live life. So you can see that all these accounts will be gone without anything if you are sick and you're not bringing in any paycheck. But if you have money in index annuity, the one that gives you living benefits or life insurance, that can be there for you at this time of need. And that's why a lot of people are getting life insurance with living benefits. So you can imagine why we call it income protection. Because if anybody is going to have any of these conditions listed here, the heart attack, stroke, cancer, end-stage renal failure, major organ blindness, paralysis, which we know can happen to people on a daily basis. You might say, God forbid, it's not meant for me. But honestly, having an income protection plan is going to give you a peace of mind that regardless, you'll be sleeping, thinking, thank God, at least God forbid anything, I'm prepared that if anything happens, my families will still move on. So life insurance with living benefits is going to take care and have what we call income replacement for you. You can imagine somebody being critically ill, like in this picture. Someone with clutches might have long-term disability and be okay, or short-term disability and go back to work. But this person that is critically ill don't know how long they're going to be in this situation. And we need what we call income protection account. So failure to plan is planning to fail. So let me tell you, many rely on social security in this country on Medicaid, but the country will tell you that when it's that time of need, they will tell you to do what we call a spend down. Spend down means that whatever you have, your savings, your checking, even if you send money to people in Nigeria, they'll tell you to go and bring it back to take care of yourself before the government can even help you. So they can tell you to bring down all your savings to about $2,000 before the government can help you. Let me put a charger. I think my battery is down. Give me a minute.
Okay. Okay, guys, if you're getting value for the teachings that you're getting today, please kindly go to the comment section and type value for me. Okay?
Yes.
Please type
So
value on the comment section. Thank you.
I'm almost rounding up, guys. I'm just trying to be as fast so I don't take most of your time. So now there's what we call the 5-year look back on whatever you have in this country. And if people share this difficult experience with you, will be like, oh my God, I wish I know I would have planned earlier so that I won't be in a situation like this. So the government is going to make you spend down if they're going to even help you at that critical time, you know. So I think I should be able to end here because this is a lifetime story. Somebody that just wanted us to share his story. He got critically ill and life insurance was able to send her this check you are seeing here, 353,000 that was there for him. This guy makes 50,000 annually. But when he got heart attack, he was given this 353,000 and he was able to pay off his house, his mortgage and his car note and say grateful to be alive and living my dream life. So you can just imagine. But can you see the example of a GoFundMe? People will be giving you pennies if you ask for GoFundMe in a situation like that. How much would look at this GoFundMe for somebody who is a nurse practitioner who was making about 200,000 or 150,000 annually? When she was in that critical condition, people were just contributing peanuts to her. And then because she didn't plan ahead to set her situation. So what the wealthy do, don't tell you about life insurance. They don't tell you just use it to bury their loved one. They don't just use it to bury their loved one. They also use it to create tax-free wealth. And then I want to stop here. and then see what questions you might have. So
Okay.
that's why I'm going to stop here and take a few questions.
All right.
Okay.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much, Ma. Thank you. Hello, guys. We are more than 70 people here, so I expect 70 questions. No, I'm joking. Okay, okay. So if you know you have question about finances, please kindly bring them on. We are waiting. We are going to be taking questions as they come. You can either use the reaction button and raise up your hand, or you can go to the comment section and write down your question. I will read them out as they come. All right. So yes. So as you're like, I can see a lot of questions are being dropped already. So as you're dropping that, I just want to let you guys know as well. This program is brought to you by the vendor of good news, which is Decency NCLEX Academy. If you are interested in joining any of our classes, if you are interested in using any of our services, please kindly let us know. There's a number that we're going to be dropping on the comment section, so you can use that to chat up our admin, and she'll be able to assist you with whatever service you want. Now is the best time to make that decision of coming to the United States. Now is the best time for you to actually make active plans of joining us here in the United States. Okay, and then we have someone that I added on the screen, and she's my wife, and she's also a licensed financial um,
Professional.
professional. Okay, all right. Okay, so licensed financial professional. All right. So she also will be here to assist you guys. If you have any questions regarding life insurance, you can reach out to her. I don't know what are you going to be dropping for them to contact you. There's a lot of people that might need further assistance, and maybe you can drop your number, or if that's going to be too much, you can drop your email or whichever method you deem fit. Okay, so that they would contact you as we continue the program. All right, so let me read out the first question. I always try to read out because this meeting is being recorded, and then we have so many people that will be seeing this meeting maybe a week after now. They would have questions, and if we don't read them out, they might not know the kind of question that has been answered. So let's start from the first one. All right, so we have Damilola. Damilola, thank you for being the first one that asked question on my show today. All right, so today Damilola is asking, can one invest in life insurance as soon as one starts working in the United States, or can it go along, and also can it go along with 401k?
Okay.
And
So do
before you
I answer
answer that,
as you ask?
yeah.
Yeah.
You answer as I ask, but before you
Okay.
do that, please, I would like us to take Ijoma. I always like people to ask their questions, like, using their voice, because it makes it more interactive. I will read out the question. We'll come back to Damilola's question, but Ijoma raised her hand, and I would like Ijoma to, use this opportunity and ask her question. Ijoma, the floor is open. You can unmute yourself and ask your question. Ijoma, you can unmute yourself and ask your question. Yeah, go ahead. How are you, Ijama?
I'm very well, thank you. Thank you, Mr. Decency, for
You're
giving us
welcome.
this platform. Learn
You're
so many things.
welcome. You're welcome. Where are you
Mba,
calling us from?
I'm calling from Lagos, Nigeria.
Okay, go ahead with your question.
Thank you, Mrs. Mba, for the lecture. I really enjoyed it and giving us your time too. So my question goes like this. It's just more like the question that Damilola just posted. So I want to ask, like, for example, here in Nigeria, if you want to open an account, you just easily enter into a bank and say you want to open a savings account or a current account or fixed account, anyone. So at what point do we, start opening these accounts? Like, what does it take? What does it involve, in opening such accounts? Is this something like going to the bank and telling them you want to open what do you call it, annuity or something like that, and life insurance, that will cover all those things. So I want to know the process, and at what point do we open them? Is it exactly when we start working, when we coming into the US, or does it have a period of time that we stay before we start getting the profits?
Wow, thank you so much, Mrs. Jama. That is a very, very important question. And thank you for paying attention to what I was explaining. And thank you also for finding value in what I shared. You see, I want everybody to take note of this. You see, to get life insurance, to get ability to have that, it sounds so good, but unfortunately, it's not meant for everyone. So for you to have it, and if it's given to you, you know it is a big privilege. Why? Because you have to apply for it. And it's not something you sit and just walk into the bank like you want to open a bank account and it's given to you. It's something you have to apply and they have to offer it to you. So when you come in, you have to have a residency status to be qualified. So you come in here if you are a legal immigrant, you have a residency status in terms of you have a ability to work in the United States. You'll be eligible to apply for one. So as soon as you come here, they will apply and they will check your insurability. They will make sure that you are still insurable in terms that because you know what life insurance is, they're taking risk for anybody that they approve. Let's say, for instance, they approve somebody for like $1 million. You are actually using whatever amount you're contributing to it to have $1 million. Let's say somebody got approve $1 million and they're contributing, let's say $200 every month. And God forbid something happens. They probably would have used $200 to get $1 million. Does it make sense? So it's something you have to be given an opportunity to have. So you have to apply for it when you come here. Just like Mr. Decency said, you have to go through somebody who is licensed. Just like the wife, Stephanie, is licensed. So she will be able to put that application for you, and then the insurance company will now give you the offer and say, yes, Mrs. Joma, we can offer you a protection plan of whatever amount you applied for. And then from there, that you are in business in contract with them. And now you can use this account now as a protection plan and also as an account to save your money and grow your money compoundly and tax-free. So I don't know if that answered your question.
Jama, was your question answered? I don't know. I think you're muted now. So on the comment section, just do let us know if that answer was enough for you. If you want us to expand on it, you can also request the mic back. Okay. So let's go to Damilola's question. So Dami is asking, can one invest in life insurance as soon as they start working in the United States? And can it go along with 401k?
Okay, yes. You can start immediately you come into United States because depending on your residency status, like I said. So if you're a legal citizen in terms of you have a green card, you have a work permit, and you're a citizen, you are eligible to apply. So as soon as you come in here and you have your ability to work in the United States, yes, you'll be able to apply. Now, when it comes to 401k, your employer is going to offer that to you. And they're going to offer it to you, telling you that they're going to match some money, put some money for you into that. My advice to you, if my recommendation, really not advice, because I'm not an advisor. I'm just going to recommend to do the bare minimum they will require from you to put in that 401k, because honestly, 401k, they don't take taxes in your 401k today. They want to tax you when the taxes will be higher. So let's say now I give you a grain of corn to pay taxes on it today, and when you harvest, don't pay taxes. Or tell you not to pay taxes on the seed, but pay taxes on the harvest. Which one would you rather prefer? You see? So that 401k is making you to pay taxes when taxes will be higher. So if it's something that you are required to have, but if it's something you don't have to have, I'm telling you the best place to put your money will be in this. But it is after you have been offered this life insurance account. Because like I said, it has to be offered to you after you have applied. So if you have been offered it and it is not mandatory for you to have that 401k, you might reconsider and put your money where you know it's going to be guaranteed to have it in the future. All right. I hope that answered that question.
Yeah, so we're going to just be going through the question one after the other. So someone also walked in when we were trying to answer some of those questions. His name is Mr. Chuma Ojukwu. Mr. Chuma Ojukwu is a man wearing so many hats. I don't even know when to or how to start doing your introduction, but he's also a licensed financial professional. He's also here to support the team and then to give more insight if there is any need for that. So, and also to help you guys. So, see, we came prepared. We have one person on the flyer, but we have three for the price of one today. So you all are lucky, so lucky. All right, so let's go to the next question. This question is coming from Ann Mba. Ann Mba is asking, can anyone open the 7702 uncapped tax-free account, or is it for some certain people?
Okay. Thank you, Ms. Anne, and having a similar last name as me. Thanks for the question. To open this account, like I said, is the same status. So the 7702 is the IRS, the Internal Revenue Code associated with this kind of life insurance. So it's called Index Universal Life Insurance. So it's the tax code associated to it is 7702. So if you're eligible to apply for life insurance, you'll be eligible to apply for this account. So once you come in and you have the ability to apply because your residency status allows you, yes, you should be able to apply for it and be able to take advantage of that uncapped tax-free bucket that it has. So did that answer your question? So basically from your last explanation, you can opt out of 401k and demand for life insurance. Ms. Chinye, after you have gotten a life insurance and now it is your decision, somebody hearing me?
I can hear
You
you
are
now. I
muted.
think we had some like a little bit of interruption, but we're good now.
Okay.
And yeah.
Okay, so I
So
was saying about somebody that's saying it is advisable to opt out of 401k. What I'm saying is, so don't put all your eggs in 401k. So you can, if the life insurance until it's offered to you, like I said, you have to go through because the job offers life insurance. So, but the type that the job offers is different from this one we are talking about. The one the job offers is the group life insurance because you might be misunderstand. There are different types of life insurance. There's the one that the job will offer you because you're a full-time employee or part-time. But that one is strictly just for death benefit. It doesn't do what all these ones I'm talking about. So this one from the job is only if you die while working, and it will be money will be paid to your beneficiaries. It doesn't do, you don't use it to grow money, it doesn't grow money for you. So please don't mistake it because there are different types of life insurance. So it's not all life insurance that gives you this 7702 opportunity. So please, so I don't want you guys to do that. What if somebody, what is that person asking? Go ahead. Did that answer the question to whoever asked that whether to opt out of 401k? And then I was just saying you might just be contributing the minimum to your 401k, but put majority of your money in the life insurance if it is offered to you. And then make sure that you are getting the right type of life insurance because there are different types. So I'm glad I'm able to share that also with you.
okay.
All right.
Thank
Did
you.
that help?
Yeah, I think I did. Thank you so much for that. And we just had a little bit of interruption, but I think we are good now. Let me see if I can refresh and see some of those questions. Okay, yeah, I can still see them. All right, now, so you've mentioned a little thing about the Roth question. So, but let me just ask it again. So you mentioned that the Roth is a tax-free, but I was told it's deducted post-tax from our salary. Please explain. So this person seems like she's in the US and she was told that the Roth is deducted from their salary. So can you explain? Did you get the question, ma? You said
No, I did not get the question.
you mentioned that the Roth account is tax-free, but I was told that it is deducted from post-tax from your salary. So she seems to be asking if this is tax-free or not. Is the Roth account tax-free or not?
Okay. So let me rephrase and see if you understood your question. If you're talking about Roth is already, the money you put in your Roth is already your taxed money. Just like the money you put in your bank account from your paycheck is already been taxed. And then you grow your money in Roth. And then whenever it's time, when you retire and start taking money from your Roth, you are able to take that money tax-free. So that's the Roth IRA, okay? So when you're taking money from Roth, it's tax-free, but we remember it's a capped one because you can't put more than 7,000 in your Roth account in a year if you're less than 50, and you can't put more than 8,000 if you're more than 50. So that is the limitation when it comes to Roth. But the money before going into Roth is already taxed, and you have ability to take that money from Roth when you retire tax-free. So what she's talking about, getting it from her job, so I don't know what that goes. Can you rephrase that part?
Yeah, so let me see what she said there. So she said, but I was told that it's deducted post tax from your salary. So she was saying that yeah, but I think it's just the same thing. The money goes into your, if you're contributing towards your Roth, it can go in, but it cannot, it's capped, so it cannot go above a certain amount of dollars. So from what she said, 7,000 if you're below 50, and then if you're above 50 is 8,000. So I think if
That
you
you can
have,
put into your Roth, yes. And
yes,
then remember, the money that is putting in Roth is already a taxed money. So
it's
his money
already
has already
taxed.
been taken, taxes has been taken from that money in your
Yeah,
paycheck
yeah,
before you
yeah,
put it in Roth, yes.
yeah. I
But the
think
thing is
that's,
that you can't put certain amount above certain amount.
oh,
And if you
yeah.
make more than 125,000 a year, you won't even qualify for Roth account.
Oh, wow.
Yes,
Okay.
yes. It's good to know that too, okay?
Mm. Oh wow. Okay, now next question is someone, I think this question is for me, saying, is it possible to start all this insurance with agency payments? It's just asking yourself, is it possible for you to save for your future with whatever you're earning when you come to the union? The answer is yes. You can do it comfortably well with your agency payment. Agency payments are good. I think they are saying this because some of the agencies, when people get to the US, the payments are not as big as those who have stayed a couple of years here in the US. Of course, definitely you will get there, but it's something that if you start, one of the major reasons why I would say in this show for you to start this is that when you come into the US and qualify for this insurance, and like you said, most times you will not be approved. But when you are approved, you will just secure it, hold it tightly, preciously to yourself. Because if there is anything that occur, like a life event later or in your life, maybe God forbid, it's nobody here, but maybe someone now has cancer and now goes to insurance and say, I want life insurance. Remember, this is US. Everything about you is on the system. If they impute your information and find out that you are high risk for maybe getting this money and contributing less, they might not qualify you. So that's why it's always good to get in whenever you are able to get in, just get in, hold it preciously to yourself, because it's something that it's just like as you have found gold. So you hold it tightly and keep on contributing towards it. And there are different levels and there are different premiums. If you don't want to do 1 million, you can do the one that your strength can carry. And at some point, you can, start toning it up to whatever amount that you want as you continue to earn more in the US. So I will say yes to that question. All right, so Annie, I don't know. I have so many experts here, so I'm not one. So I don't know if I answered that question very well, but I saw some people
Yes,
nodding.
you did. You did.
Okay,
Very
thank you.
good. Yes.
All right,
Awesome. You are
thank you.
now an expert too. You are learning
Yeah,
from
no,
the
wait,
expert.
when
So
you're
you're an
asking
expert.
question in the midst of experts, so you have to be, doing checks and balances,
Yes, yes.
All
You are
right.
not that. Good answer.
Okay, good,
Yes.
good. Awesome. Thank you so much. Yeah. So I have another question. It's from Annie. Annie is saying, I do see 401k added as one of the benefits of some agencies. Should we accept this or let it go? I think you answered that question, right? He said,
Yes,
what
I
are
answered
the
that question in the sense that I said you should accept it because the life insurance we are talking about hasn't even been offered to you. So I wanted to share something quickly to show you different type because it will be very, very important to know. So if I can share my screen
okay.
real quick. Let me
Yeah, you can share
share.
your screen.
Okay. Okay, so you see here, there are different types of life insurance. So when we hear life insurance, we need to know there are different types. So there's group life, there's term, There's whole life and there's this universal life. So that when you're thinking about life insurance, you know you are thinking about the right one. So now, these are the advantages and disadvantages of each of those ones. When it comes to group, it is the advantage is that it's very cost insignificant. It might be free because it's offered by your employer as a full-time employee or a part-time employee. But let me tell you the disadvantage. Disadvantage is that once you end that job, the coverage ends. It doesn't belong to you. The second one is it's only paid to you if you die while at work. So it's supposed to be there to protect you while you are working. It doesn't have benefit to you while you're alive. So you see that thing we're talking about, income replacement, when you fall sick, it pays out to you. It doesn't have that. You see how we're talking about you growing money there compoundly and being able to access that money to take care of yourself. Both when you are at any point you need money, you can go there and withdraw money or take a loan from that account. It doesn't grow cash value for you. So like we said, once you are laid off, you are ill or anything, that coverage ends. So we say 0.9 probability payout because so many people don't die while at work. And it's so deceptive because people, you ask them about life insurance, oh, I have one because my job offered me one. But it is not a traditional life insurance because you don't even have the policy certificate to show that you are the owner of that policy. So it's your employer that has that insurance. It's just being protected, offered to you so that anything happens to you while you are working, you have a coverage that will be paid out to your loved ones. Now, there's the term one. This term one is very temporal, like the name said. It's very cheap. That is the cheapest one. Somebody can even offer you $1 million of this and give it to you at the rate of $40 or whatever amount. It's very, very cheap, but all it is purely death benefit. If you die, it pays to your loved ones. So it is a very popular one, but the coverage is very temporal. So they can offer you maybe a 10-year plan, 15 years, 20 years, or 30 years plan. So depending on how many years plan they gave to you, you will be praying to live longer, at the same time praying to die within that period of years for you to pay to your loved ones. So that's contradictory. So God will be asking you, which one do you even want me to do for you, my son or my daughter? You want to die so that your family gets this benefit, or you want to live long like you're praying? So now it's only paid upon death. It has no benefit to you while you're alive. So the premium also increases if your coverage terms, let's say that you are 30 years old and they give you a 30-year plan. By the time you are 60,
Hello? Hello?